Hi, so this will most likely be a very quick video, because I'm behaving this week and next week as well, because basically I've bought tickets for the Manchester MegaCon, for day, the second day of it, which is the Sunday, August the 2nd, for me and my daughter. We absolutely love going there. It's not just 100% comic, but the good thing is that last year and the year before, they've increased the comic presence, so there's more comic artists and writers there last year, and there's quite a few good back issue sellers as well. So that's what I'm saving my money for. I'm going to just splurge, but without feeling guilty worrying about my bank balance, because like I said, I'm just going to behave until then, and I get paid. The dangerous thing is I get paid the Friday before the event, so I will be I'll be fooling myself into thinking that I'm quite well off. So it could be quite a big haul when I do it, and obviously there's other stuff there that will tempt me as well, figurines and stuff like that. So that's a very long-winded way for me to say that. This week have been really good, and I've just stuck to my comic pool list, apart from one graphic novel which I've ordered, which I got for a very good deal. But we'll look at that as we go along. So yeah, let's look at the comics first. Okay, so first up is Nightwing by Dan Watters and Dennis Cowan on pencils. Really, really enjoying this run, especially now that Dennis Cowan's come on, because he's one of my all-time favorite artists. I just love his style. And what's great about Dennis Cowan, he's of the old school where he can do a book in his sleep, basically. So there's not going to be any gaps in the artwork. He's very, very consistent. So it's refreshing to have an artist of his caliber on a title like this. And Dan Watters, I like how he's leaning more into the noirish elements now, and there's a nice supernatural undercurrent as well. So can't wait to read that. And next we have issue 5 of Batwoman. As I said previously, I stopped Batwoman at number 1, let it sit on the shelves for a few months, and it lured me back in. I'm glad Gate let it build up for. I think because I read about three issues at once, it got me. It got me hooked, and I adore the artwork by Danny. But now I'm enjoying the writing by Greg Rucka. I don't know if it's making sense, but it's like when I watch a really good David Lynch film or something like that, where it can be oblique at times, but there's something about it that makes me want to carry on reading, or in the case of David Lynch, carry on watching. And that's definitely what I get with this. So yeah, I'm pleased I've got back on the saddle of Batwoman. That sounds a bit wrong, doesn't it? They got Deathstroke, Terminator number 5. Enjoyed every issue of this so far, and this looks no different. So yeah, it's the same ongoing team of Tony Fleeks and the guy on the yards. I don't want to butcher his name. It's the Coolio, whatever it is. Not Coolio because he did Gangster's Paradise and it's not him. But yeah, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And what I love about flicking through a DC comic, yeah, this is a dig at Marvel. Minimal adverts, so you get great runs of pages without without much interruption. And then you have End of Life number 6. I've been championing this book now for about the past 2 to 3 issues. It's just clicked now, and it's a new. There's been movement in the plot. He's now been told by his dad that he's got to get out and find his own way. He can't bring harm and risk to the town where what his dad calls his home now. So yeah, so being interested to see how it develops in this issue. So yeah, I'm really really enjoying this story. If you got put off by the first two issues or 3 issues, I highly advise you to jump back on. You will not be disappointed. Cal Starks is on running on full fuel. Same with Steve Pugh and the gorgeous artwork. And I've got Absolute Green Arrow by Podsack Pinochet and Raphael Albuquerque, issue number 3. I've enjoyed the previous 2 issues, and the good news is it's now not a 6 issue. It's now been extended to 12 issues. This is doing really, really well sales wise. So DC's got another hot comic on the cards. This is what they did with Martian Manhunter, but with Martian Manhunter, Dennis Camp had a definite end in sight. With this one, I don't know if this could carry on. So it'd be interesting to see how they develop this mystery. Um, and if they could do like what they do with Poison Ivy, where I mean, Poison Ivy is what in its issue 50 or so now. So this could carry on into fingers crossed and ongoing. And if it does, I will carry on because I'm really enjoying this story. And then just it's like I said, it's a small pull this week. I'm being good. There should have been is it to the centre or whatever, the new Chris Condon and Charlie Adlard book, number 3. I didn't realise until I got home that I was shorted it. So I don't know if the shot's been shorted, if it's just me that they've missed it by mistake. It should be quite easy to get hold of. So I should have had is it to the earth or to the centre, something like that. Anyway, it's that one I've been raving over. I'm just crap at remembering stuff because I'm an old fart. So yeah, I will be getting that eventually. And Savage Soda Conan did come out if you're in the States, but in the UK we get it about a week to 2 weeks later, so that's annoying. But this is Battle Beast number 11. Good old hyperviolence with tongue in cheek, gorgeous artwork as per usual, and it's now crossing over nicely with other characters from Invincible. For me, that's even more exciting because I'm really diving deep into Invincible with the compact collected editions. I'm on book 15 now, so that I think if you're a fan of the original Invincible comic, you get even more from this. So yeah, Battle Beast, can't wait to read that. And this seems to be coming out a lot. It only feels like it was last week when I picked the last one up. But yeah, it's a new issue. The covers are very misleading because they've all got the same colour. So this is issue 24 G.I. Joe. I love G.I. Joe, and I don't even, never watched the films, never watched the cartoons, never played with the toys, but I love this comic. Never read the Larry Hama one, but this is hitting my sweet spot. I know Comics Patrol is enjoying the Larry Hama one more. Fair play. Everybody's got the favourites, Tad Comics, but this one is the one that I'm enjoying. So yeah. How old am I? 5. But another thing that I did notice, completely unrelated to this comic, but it's an advert for this here. Can't wait for this. This would come on my pull list, I think. But I don't know. If it's a miniseries, I'll just get it in trade paperback. But it's a new but yeah, Steve Scroats. His name's right there in big letters, and I couldn't find it. And I adore his artwork. So yeah, that's called Tales of Wonder. So it looks kind of like a darker, like a weird version of a superhero comic. So that's on my comics. But like I said, I did get a graphic novel, and what finally now are doing correct. For ages, there's huge gaps from months with this comic because when Diamond, not this comic, but this magazine, when Diamond fucked itself over in the UK one, we were still doing okay with comics, but we've been having trouble getting the distribution for Mad Cave, and then also Tomorrow's Publishing, but it seems to have sorted itself out now, so I'm guessing it's on a regular basis. And there's a big 100-page annual this week, which isn't too bad for $12.95. I thought it'd be more because Tomorrow's can be pricey at times, but it's 100 pages just focusing on Neal Adams. So I might do a special video just looking through this, but it's a very in-depth look through the whole career of Neal Adams, and he was the first to say superstar artist, well, apart from Jack Kirby, obviously, but of the new style of art. Without him, you wouldn't have Jim Lee, you wouldn't have Dan Mora or any of the big names. You know, he's the one who did the classic cinematic art style. He brought it to comics. So yeah, can't wait to read that. I think this is my most anticipated read for this week. But like I said, I did get a graphic novel. I got Savage Sword of Conan Reforged. So this basically cherry picks some of the early stories, like landmark stories from the Savage Sword of Conan black and white comic from the 70s, and they've recolored it. I got it because I like the stories. But what I will say, I wish I did get the first issue of this at the Colour magazine format, but it's $9.99. It's too dear for what it is. you're just paying for the colouring. And to be honest, personally, I will carry on with this. You know, I like cherry pick and get the ones that I like. It's a really nice package. Paper quality is very, very good. But I would have liked if they'd just done it like a telephone book, you know, like the old um, Marvel Essentials ones, where it's just like black and white paper, just on normal like newsprint paper, and just did 300-page volumes for like $20, and with the original comics in like a in that kind of like magazine kind of feels to it still. I think it takes away some of the magic if you make it too much of a high quality product. That's why I've never bought the Conan Savage Sword of Conan omnibuses because it's on a glossy paper. I want it on newsprint, baby. Bring it on newsprint. But if this is the cheapest way, you know, the most cost-effective way I can get it, then I'll I'll get it. I mean, the coloring's nice, but I don't think you need the coloring. It'll look just as good in black and white. But that's not a rant. It's just an observation. Um, so my video is going to be a bit sporadic because I've not got real much to review. I might do because of that, because I've only got a small amount of comics. I might do a review tomorrow of my comics what I've read. If it's a nice day, I might do another one in the park because it's kind of nice just having a different background, even though people do go, "Hello, what are you doing?" It's like because you sat there talking to yourself with a camera on a tripod. Um, And like I said, I might do a review or a deeper look at the back issue magazine. Because if you're not buying this, I highly recommend this. I did try Comics the magazine because I got it was being hyped, and yeah, it's $2.99, but I'm going to give my honest opinion. I found it extremely disappointing, even for $2.99. It was just one big advert. The text pieces were fluff. They weren't. They didn't dive deep. The, I want comics journalism to be comics journalism like this. I'm not. I was never a fan of Wizard. I bought Comics Journal, Comics Interview, and stuff like that in the 80s and 90s. Wizard I picked up every so often, but it always left me unsatisfied. I didn't like the checklists and the current hot things, etc. And that's what Comics the magazine feels like. It just feels more like it's only 32 pages as well. Half of it is adverts, half is previews what you see in comics anyway, advertising their own comics. Yeah, so I'm not going to waste another $2.99. I'd rather invest in something that's a bit more pricey, but much more meat on the bone. So that's my little rants, because come on, I've not had a rant for a while. And I don't think my rants are really ranty, they're just like stating obvious facts. I guess that is a rant. Oh, God. Anyway, this I think is my only video for today because I want to read my comics. I want to read my comics. Plus, my friends asked me to compile a birthday gift list. So, got to get my priorities. That's important because I need my presents. And yes, that's a good segue to say I do have a wish list on Amazon. So if you do feel like you want me to, if you want to select a book, and if you do that, then I'll give you a shout out and I'll obviously do an in-depth look at the book. But there's a link on here and also on Threads as well. Okay, bye. See you soon.